this the Mathil cosplay? Is this what he's just gonna do? Like Mathil in a crop top?
Thank you, everyone, for being on time. We have a lot to cover. The mark is in the rear of the dining hall. Cast, you're up first. You'll need to crack the lock and get us inside. Once we're in, Talina will use the vents to bypass patrols. There's a steel barrier that blocks access to the hall. Tibbs, can you handle it? Great. Then Isla just needs to bridge the gap. There's enough in that bunker for all of us to live very comfortably. If we stick to the plan, we should have no trouble at all.
Yo, Loot League?
If we stick to the plan.
Lasers? Betrayal and incursion? Is that a player skill or a trap? It looks like a trap. Path of EXILE, Grand Theft Auto. Our September expansion contains the Heist Challenge League. Nine new skill gems and support gems. I hope the like Molten Wall is one of them that we saw there. Support gems, revamps of curses, steal skills, and some spells. Contracts containing these clues can be found throughout raid class alongside coins with the mysterious emblem of the Rogue Harbor. Travel there and turn in the objects to hire the expertise you need for your heist. I wonder how good Quarry is going to be this thing. I hope the mechanic's good. I hope it's fun to do. Like, I would say Legion was fun to do.
To begin with, we'll need heist contracts
We are Betrayal
and
now.
markers, the currency of the underworld. Take this Iron Commander knockoff that scales with strength rather than dexterity, and affects Shrapnel Ballista rather than Siege Ballista. Not only are replicas like this a bit of a twist on existing uniques, but they also potentially create new builds or ways of building characters around these items.
That's so cool.
Another example is this generator.
That's my favorite thing
Greater
so
power
far.
than the original. Further experimentation has been done on gems, and in Heist you can find gems with alternate quality bonuses. Around 900 gems with a twist, in fact.
Called
That's
it!
around 1 to 3 different variants per skill and support. In Grand Heists, we'll also be able to find weapons and body armor with brand new enchantments. The top end power level of some of these is quite high, so some do have drawbacks.
Doesn't replace
such as
quality.
this mace
Notice that it
scales
doesn't
physical
have
modifiers
quality.
on the item, but greatly increases the attribute requirements. For the first time since release, a new equipment slot has been added to Path of Exile in Heist. Trinkets. This dedicated slot allows you to specialize in improving your heist rewards in different ways, such as having additional divination card drops, converting regal orbs to exalted orbs when they drop, or making some items drop corrupted. Most of these modifiers are focused on
Oh,
changing
never
the
mind.
loot
Yeah, that
interface
was me too.
themselves, though some may extend beyond somewhat, such as the increase. Aside from the league itself, Heist also brings new additions and improvements to several skill categories. The first is curses. Flame Wall, for example, creates a wall of fire that deals damage over time to enemies that try to move through it, providing you some defense against approaching enemies. Projectile-based builds will be able to create a wall to both zone enemies and enhance projectiles they fire through. Void Sphere is a literal black hole. Once placed, it begins sucking in enemies, grouping them up and damaging them. Enemies that die near a Void Sphere will be completely absorbed, leaving nothing behind.
Hi guys, Zizaran here. I just want to talk about my build starter for Void Sphere. That's my league starter. I don't even care if it's trash. I'm league starting Void Sphere. Just want to make sure that I'm the first person that have said I'm league starting Void Sphere. Anyone else is stealing my build. That's all I'm saying. But honestly, I think this is a better, if this is the what I want to do, like if Breach Rings was like this, I think it would be a lot better. So I think that is pretty cool. I don't mind that. It's an exciting experimentation, in my opinion. This looks really cool as well. I like that there's a downside, that there's the attribute requirement and then fizz modifiers. I think that's pretty cool. And like honestly, like quite a lot of my characters that are in melee has had over like 600-700 strength. And I feel like if you take the like worst case scenario, if you take the percentage strength cluster in Marauder, then it's definitely not too hard. Honestly, the flame wall looked really lame when they first showed it, and I was like, why am I gonna put down a protective flame wall when I'm running around one-shotting every monster in your game? But at least the fact that you can fire things through the wall, that's actually really cool. I don't think anything can be a worse league mechanic than Harvest. I don't think anything can be a worse league mechanic than Harvest. I loved playing Harvest. I had a lot of fun. I played a lot off stream, but that was not because Harvest was a good mechanic. That was because the Harvest crafting was really fun. But the mechanic itself was really bad. Like, I had fun in the league, right? The base game is so fucking good, right? The base game, like, Path of Exile, like, we are a bit spoiled because we sometimes criticize leagues maybe a bit more than they deserve. Like, I know I bash them a little bit now and again. The base game is amazing, right? So I'm gonna have fun for at least 2 months no matter what, right? They can do a reset and I'm probably gonna get 2 months. But the league itself actually looks pretty fun. I always like when they do innovative stuff. I was really excited for Blight. I fucking hate, but I cannot tell you how much I hate Blight. It is the worst implementation of anything I've ever seen. Like as the entire league. Like I don't think there was anything I liked about Blight. But even if it ends up being clunky or not fun, I'm gonna go into this excited. Because I think it's exciting that they try so much fucking new shit that nobody else dares to try. So at least I'm gonna go into it excited. It might end up being dog shit, like Blight. And everybody likes and dislikes different leagues, right? Synthesis was my favorite. A lot of people fucking hate Synthesis. So we're probably gonna have a different experience. But I try not to judge leagues too much before actually playing it, right? Because when I saw the trailer for Breach, I was like, this looks dog shit. It's gonna keep me in a spot. It's gonna spawn in bad areas. I hated the look of Breach. And I was very wrong there. Breach was great. Very hyped about the uniques. Very hyped about the alternative skill gems. Those things are way more exciting than the league, in my opinion, at least to me. Because my favorite thing with Path of Exile is the builds that I can make, the rebalances. I would love for Essence Drain and VD Spellslinger to be nerfed into oblivion for my sake, because that forces me to play something else, right? As a player, the way I play, I'm very drawn to whatever I think is the strongest. So if they ruin my build, I think that's kind of cool. You know, even if they ruin my favorite build, I'm probably gonna find another one that's really good. I don't care what you nerf. I'm probably gonna find something that'll like clear entire screens no matter what, right? I'm gonna no-life your game. Heists are exciting as well. I've always liked like robbery movies, and I like quite enjoyed playing Payday. Personally, I'm more in favor of complicated leagues. So you know, like Betrayal and Synthesis and stuff like that. This does look more complicated. I will be making videos for you guys. So it's like Path of Exile is like trying to experiment with mercenaries or henchmen and stuff like that. And I think it's fairly interesting. It'll be interesting to see how useful they are. And if you're only allowed one, if you're allowed multiple, I can't remember everything. Honestly, the areas look very, very polished. Like, if we look between them, like, it's very, very detailed stuff. I do feel like a lot of work has gone into this. I find it increasingly difficult to, like, tell if an expansion or league is going to be good ahead of time. I feel like I've missed the mark quite a lot there. I mean, I'm just going to stay positively hyped and decide after having played the content for a while. And honestly, something I keep saying is the core game is in such a good state and it's pretty entertaining. So I'm probably going to get at least a month or two of entertainment, regardless of if I hate the league or not. I've always thought like bank heists and stuff, like movies about that, has been pretty cool. So very exciting to see how they're taking it. I wish they'd shown a little bit more about that. I hate that they're rehashing like the Blight rewards or the Legion rewards. I can't remember what league started doing that. And Delirium, like it's all like rehashed. I feel like Betrayal had very unique and cool rewards. Incursion had very cool, unique, and special rewards. So and Synthesis did and Harvest did to some degree. I don't know. I guess when they kind of hyped it up a bit, I got a little bit too hyped for the announcement. And I wasn't expecting the same rehashed rewards. By that I mean, you're going to have one thing in the heist that gives you prophecy items. Like, I like it when the link mechanic has only special things, like only unique to that. Like, they have the unique items. That's super cool. That's really unique. They have the base types. A little bit hard to put into words, but I guess I just wish that everything about Heist was unique items. And if I wanted incursion items, I should have to go to incursion. So it's been weird to me that there has been league mechanics later in the game where, well, you want some incursion item? Do it delirium, right? You're gonna get loads of incursion items in delirium. Or like, harvest was really good for oils. Like, I feel like if I specifically want something, the answer should always be to try to target farm the mechanic. I do feel like GGG is headed in the right direction with that. They are improving like the player agency over time. Like, I do feel like we have more agency over what we want to do and can do now than ever. And that does seem to be improving. So that's good. I'm actually very interested to hear, which you guys can write in the comments down below. How do you guys feel about the hardcore aspect of it? Because a lot of my friends that play softcore because they don't like losing anything. They don't want to lose their character. They don't want to lose anything. That's why a lot of my friends didn't like synthesis, because you could brick part of your synthesis map and like destroy it. So a lot of people don't like the hardcore aspect or loss feeling. How do you guys feel the fact that you might get a really amazing item but then lose it instead of actually getting it? Because that's something I don't know. I'm a hardcore player, so I love it. And for me, this is just, it seems like if you fail, you're probably likely to die. So for me, this is business as usual, but I'm really interested to hear how you guys feel about this as softcore players. Now, Chris said in the interview that currently you can chain run the heists and you can drop heists from heists. I love this. It's something I like about maps, and also that's why I want very, very separate rewards. There should be different reasons to run different content. Do I want Atlas bases? Do I want shaped items, Crusader items? Then I have to run the Atlas. Do I want any of the special heist stuff? Plus, I wish I had 3 or 5 more like unique rewards. Then I have to run heist. That's why I'm always been a big fan. I've always been a big fan of target farming. And maybe you don't need to do all the content. Sure, if you're SSF, but like the game is never going to be balanced around SSF, and it shouldn't be. I think it's good that well, this player's only playing heists. If he wants something else, he's gonna have to buy it and trade for it, right? I think that's like a pretty cool approach. So I hope they keep that. I hope they keep that you can chain run heists. I think that would be very, very good for the game. Yeah, that would be interesting to see. They're adding alternative quality gems to the game. Obviously, it can be very, very hard to see what these do. The best example is actually the Flame Blast gem that Ziggy brought up on stream as a leak, which had 40%, I think, fire conversion to chaos as the quality. I didn't think they would be that different. That is very special. That's very unique. And we'll make some crazy builds. It'll make it harder for build creators, I think. You'll have a lot of people following a build guide and being like, why is mine not working? That can be frustrating, but I think it's really, really cool. Very spicy. I think they've done a lot of like daring or exciting things this league. Very excited for the alternative quality skill gems. I do hope that they make, I think everyone has said this, but I hope they make it quality should be like a different color now, like red or blue. I don't care. Well, I guess everything else is already blue. You know what I mean? Like, make it clear. When they initially talked about this, I thought it would replace quality, so it wouldn't be that good for energy shield items. But it just seems like straight up like an addition. So this is just straight up power creep. Doesn't seem to be that much about strength. Like, this one does have all sockets linked, which is just quality of life basically, and saves you a lot of currency. So I'm guessing that means like as soon as you get the 6th socket here, it just links automatically, so you just have to waste jewelers. I really like this one. Physical damage modifiers have 15% increased effect, which is going to be very, very big damage wise. And then it has a downside, 200% increased attribute requirements. Now, that does seem like a lot, but it's also not that unattainable, especially in like between Marauder and Duelist. You do have the percentage strength nodes. So, and strength is good anyway. Like getting 50 strength on a few items is good anyway for those builds because they're always life. So very excited. I like the fact that there's a downside. It's not just an upside. That like holds back the power creep a little bit. But excited to see like more of the enchants, and wonder how the spell ones are gonna be, and different body armor enchants. Hope you guys enjoyed the video me and Scry made, and yeah, thanks for watching. See you guys in Heist, and try to die less than I do.